Hello, everyone. It's Brett Matsura coming to you from the Real Estate Role Playing Group, and today is the weekly brief on week 2250 of the Real Estate Role Playing Group schedule. That is for the week of December 12th, Monday, December 12th through Friday, December 16th. We only have 2 weeks left for the year, and really that last week of December is really kind of a burn week, but we still want to make sure that we're practicing. And right now is the time you need to be focusing on your planning and implementation for the next year. We know what objections you're getting. I know what objections you're getting. I know what pushback you're getting. We want to wait until next year. It's going to happen. Look, it's logical thinking that that's going to happen. Make sure you're practicing that. I'm going to go over the schedule on what we're going to be doing with the objection handling. But there's a few things I want to talk to you about right now. In the last couple of weeks, we made some modifications recently to the cutoff time for the schedule cutoff time and the release time. It used to be 3 o'clock on Friday. Now it's 5 o'clock Pacific time on Friday, which means that the schedule release is going another 2 hours later, so 7 p.m. Pacific time. So we didn't update a small piece of the automation, which means some of you didn't get the release emails and some of you got them at a very peculiar time. So we got that fixed. But I want to make sure that I include or I highlight the last 2 videos that I did with my friend Luke on the Luke and Brett show. Most recently, the one today, I talked about the 5 steps you need to take to generate high quality listing leads. It's the listings. If you control the listing, you control the market. And this is all about identifying a geographic market. This is identifying modern consumer journey. This is really diving in so that you are going to be the go-to person in your local market. So look at that. It's on my YouTube page, but it's also if you're watching this email in the release email, then it's just below. Now, the other video I want to talk to you about is the one that I did a few weeks ago. That's episode number 15. And this is where Luke and I talked about the top technologies and tools that we use on the day-to-day basis. The weird thing is that we didn't collaborate on this one before we came to the video, and we use the same tools. Now, these tools I use on a daily basis. I am a digital marketer. I generate business. I generate leads, marketing. Yes, I am a real estate sales trainer, consultant, etc. But I am in the digital space, and this is where you really need to focus, because if you haven't noticed, that internet thing that we thought was a fad 25 years ago, turns out it's not a fad. If there's a lot of business being made online, there are a lot of leads being generated online, you're nurturing your leads online, so make sure that you're getting your piece of that. It's not too late. So be sure to check those out. I'll link to you wherever you're watching this. Look in the comments, look in the email. I'll link it here somewhere, but make sure that you check those out. Now, let's go on to the schedule. So again, this is week 2250, 2 weeks left of the year, and we are going to start with the scripts. We're sticking with the same scripts. I'm going to modify this a little bit in 2023, but we're going to continue down this path. We modified the days. So Monday is going to be sphere of influence. When you're talking to your sphere of influence, here's what you need to do is you just need to maintain top of mind status. Don't be that person that the only reason why you're calling is to get a referral. If you want to make sure that that person doesn't answer your calls in the future, only call them when you want something. So the goal here with your sphere of influence is to be top of mind. Yes, we want to generate leads, but if you stay top of mind, the leads will come. You just want to let them know that you are in the business. So practice your sphere of influence script. It is the holidays. It's a great time for you to call and just check in, see how they're doing. And that's on Monday. Tuesdays is old expireds. Now, if you know anything about me, when I was in production, I worked expireds and for sale by owner with a passion. I can tell you right now that old expires, there is gold in them hills. What I found from my opinion standpoint is that expired listings, even if they don't sell right now, like 80% of them will sell in a 2 or 3 year time period. So it's important to work your expireds to get that now business, but you also want to work those expireds to put them in your database, to stay top of mind with them, to nurture and cultivate them, because you also need to look, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years down the road. Our focus is now business. But at the same time, if they're not ready now, the future is to captivate them or capture them for the future business. That's how you go to bed and you wake up with Come List Me calls. Wednesday is for sell by owners. Same thing that goes for the expireds. The difference between for sale by owners and expireds is that they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what the process is. Did you know that for sale by owners, typically, I can't remember the exact number, but typically sell for about 30% less than properties that are listed with an agent? So when you talk to a for sale by owner and you say, look, I can net you more money than you can by selling with me than you could on your own, you're not lying. It's true, especially in a shifted market. Notice how I said shifted market, not shifting market, although it continues to shift. Things are a little bit crazed out. Thursday, we're going to do lead follow-up. Your fortune is in the follow-up. I always implemented Friday follow-up. This day is going to be Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to be doing just listed, could be just sold. This is a good way to generate your database. So don't just call them looking for someone who's looking to buy and sell. Make sure that you have a deliverable that you can offer them, like a newsletter or a monthly market report. Let them know that you have this free report that's going to share with them what's happening with the value of their largest asset, one of their largest assets. Do you want to be a part of that? There's no cost. And so now you're capturing their information and you're getting their permission to stay in touch with them at least once a month. So make sure that you're doing that. So that's the scripts Monday through Friday. Here are the objections. We're sticking with the same objections. We're staying with objections for this time of year. Monday, we're going to wait until next year to sell. Okay, yeah, that's going to happen. You've probably been getting that for the last 3, 4, or 5 weeks. Probably getting pretty good at it. Continue to be good at it. Tuesday, I'm going to take a break. I have no rush to sell. Now, that's 2 parts. That's actually 2 issues right there. Number 1 is I want to take a break. Okay, you can deal with that. How long do you need to take a break for? The next one is I'm in no rush to sell. That's motivation. Do they need to sell? Do they want to sell? We want to work with the people who need to sell, who have to sell. Wednesday, other agents lower their commission. Why not you? You're not a commodity. We need to understand what the difference is on how to differentiate yourself in the eyes of the consumer. You see, because here's the thing when it comes to value. If a consumer looks at you, a seller looks at you, and they look at another real estate agent, and the only thing difference that they see is the color of shirt that you're wearing, then the person who's going to lower the price is going to increase their value, and now you're commoditized. So what are you doing to increase the value of the perceived worth of the things that you're providing to separate you and make you unique, special, and different from the consumer? That's your value proposition. Okay. Don't look to the agent to your left or right thinking about your value proposition. You need to make you separate you from everyone else. The way you do that is be omnipresent. Be the person who knows everything about everything in your local. Be the go-to authority when it comes to real estate in your local market. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my stuff. That's what's going to walk you through this. Thursday, I want to list the property higher than you recommended. Of course they do. Why? Because they want to sell their home for the most money. Your job is to know the market. You know what's interesting about pricing is the more pop you are, the more go-to agent you are, the more authority you have, the less you're going to get this actual question or objection. And the last one we're going to talk about Fridays. What do you do to get home sold? Truth of the matter is, do not sit down with a seller if they do not know what you do to sell your homes. Do not get to the kitchen table. You are not that awesome of a salesperson, nor am I, to talk to somebody and convince them to list their property with me with them not knowing what I do to get home sold and how I am different. Now that's all part of the discovery period. You need to put a pause on the sales process to make sure that you nurture the client until they're ripe for the picking. That's how you only have a 30-minute listing presentation or consultation. Now, speaking of which, Tuesdays, pre-qualifying the listing or the buyer, and Thursday, the listing consultation and the buyer consultation. The truth of the matter is, listing consultation, buyer consultation should only be 20, 30 minutes long if you do what you need to do during their nurturing, during their discovery period. On the pre-qualifying the listing, that should be ongoing. It could be 5 minutes, but from your first interaction, that's when you're going to want to be doing that. Now, we're going to have some classes coming up in 2023. But if you have any questions, please hit your comments below. If you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Otherwise, I want you guys to have a great week. We are 2 weeks to the end of the year. Keep your eye on the prize. Continue to do, we don't have days off. Spend the time with your family. Go into planning mode. Start focusing on what you're doing in the first quarter because, the actions that you do now are the actions that are going to realize in the next 30, 45, 60 days. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll catch you guys in the next video.